We go through our changes, and the beautiful thing about it is just as God has been gracious and patient with each and every one of us, in turn, that's what we need to be with our youth. Because one day, they're going to be carrying that torch. We got sitting here our doctors, our lawyers. We have our possibly the next president of the United States will be coming through this door. Our next elected official, our next nonprofit organization owner. Yep. This is what this is about. We got to think about that in our years as we progress in our years beautifully and agelessly. Feeling good all the time. Yeah. And confess that, amen? Amen. Confess it. Yeah. Amen. We just got to think about what's next. And every time you think of next, you must think of this generation. Yes. Can we give them a hand? Okay. Amen. So without further ado, we will begin our program with Peyton, Grace, and Mia. Give them a hand as they come.
Grown up. Give another one.
Make sure every word is heard.
That's right. She said boom.
Every great dream begins with the dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. It's a wonderful time to step back and recognize the many great gifts African Americans have brought to our nation. Just reflect on some names with me for a moment. Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Nikki Giovanni, W.E.B. Du Bois, Rosa Parks. How different would our country be without these leaders and so many others who fought for civil rights? These people have helped us learn what strength is, what perseverance is.
Perseverance.
They broke down barriers, they stood against injustice, they helped us pull together as a nation and overcome our darkest days. These people and so many others helped us build toward a greater nation where people are judged by the content of their character and not the color of their skin.
And this is not just civil rights where African Americans have made their mark. Think about music. What would music be without Louis Armstrong, Aretha Franklin, Mahalia Jackson, Michael Jackson, and Whitney Houston?
Yep.
Without African American contributions to music, we'd be without jazz, blues, rap, hip hop, R&B, and gospel music. Or how about these? Literature. Maya Angelou and Ralph Ellison. Science. George Washington Carver and Neil deGrasse Tyson. Entrepreneurship. Madam C.J. Walker and Dr. Dre. Sports. Michael Jordan and Muhammad Ali. Politics. Condoleezza Rice and Barack Obama.
Barack Obama? Did you say Barack Obama? Allow me. There's not a liberal America and a conservative America. There's the United States of America.
Go ahead, Pete.
In his inauguration speech, he said, "Today, I say to you that the challenges we face are real. They are serious and they are many. They will not be met easily or in a short span of time. But know this, America, they will be met. On this day, we gather because we have chosen hope over fear, unity of purpose over conflict and discord America. In the face of our common dangers, in this winter of our hardship, let us remember these timeless words. With hope and virtue, let us brave once more in the icy currents and endure what storm may come. Let it be said by our children's children that when we were tested we refuse to let the journey end. They did not turn our backs, nor did we falter. And with eyes fixed on the horizon and God's grace upon us, we carry forth that great gifts of freedom and deliver it safely to the future generations. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Okay. Thank you, President Barack Obama. Man, we sure do miss him, don't we?
Yep. Yes, Lord.
Let the church say amen.
Yes, Lord.
The list could go on and on. African Americans have made enormous impacts in every single area in American life.
What makes this so amazing is that it has simply not been that long since Black Americans were legally excluded from so many aspects of American life. For us young people here, it may seem like ancient history, but for those of you with a few years on us, you have seen how much life has changed for African Americans even in the past few decades. It hasn't been an easy struggle. We don't have to go all the way back to history to slavery to see the effects on the institution of racism in our country. You can go back to events that happened in the lifetimes of many people here. The court case Brown versus Board of Education should have ended school segregation in 1954 and started us down the road to integration. Yet, just a few years later, we see the Civil Rights Act of 1957, and then the Civil Rights Act of 1960, and then the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and the Civil Rights Act of 1968, and on and on. The laws kept on coming to try to combat racism, but people kept on finding new ways to try to keep the status quo going. Fortunately, other people kept on fighting to beat back the injustice, to beat back the segregation and discrimination perpetrated on the Black community. The struggle continues today.
That's part of why we gather here today to celebrate Black history. We honor those who came before. We celebrate how far we've come as a society, but we also honor those who continue the struggle today, for the struggle is far from over. We mustn't forget that part of the struggle in that time was that good people stood by and watched as bad happened. Good people remained neutral and looked the other way so they wouldn't have to do the hard thing and stand up for what was right.
In the words of Desmond Tutu, if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. If an elephant has his foot on the mouse of the tail of a mouse, and you say that you're neutral, the mouse will not appreciate your neutrality. I want to challenge you today to take this Black History Month and to take your place in history today. Which side of history will you stand on? We all know we still have a lot of problems, and that many of those problems can be traced to racism. Yet, Arthur Ashe reminds us that racism is not an excuse to not do the best you can.
Correct.
You only have to read the news to see how injustice still affects the Black community today.
Yeah.
Don't be neutral. Make a commitment that you won't look the other way when the elephant stands on the mouse's tail. Make a promise to yourself that you will speak up when you see injustice. Martin Luther King said, "Even if I knew that tomorrow the world would go to pieces, I would still plant my apple tree." If we work together, we can continue to make great strides to a better future. I leave you with this quote by Langston Hughes, who said, "Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is broken. Life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly." Today, we are excited to recognize our 2018 BCF Black History Month honoree. This person has seen so much in her almost, we say, 100 years on this earth. She has seen the struggles, endured the struggles, and witnessed our first Black president. Our special honoree was honored to receive the Service Award by the Trade Union Women of African American Heritage Organization at their third Maverick Award luncheon. She received her award on March 22nd in New York City, along with the Watergate security guard, Frank Wells, who discovered the Watergate break-in, Ossie Davis, Master of Ceremonies for the occasion, shared with those present many of her honorees involved activities that earned her this very special award. Today, BCF is proud to honor the daughter of the late Abraham Devon and Mrs. Maggie Devon, our very young Mother Ann Devon.
name. This nation will rise up, live up to the meaning of its creed.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought. Facing the rising sun of a new day. Let us march on, march to victory is won. God of our
Mother Divine, we are so honored to honor you. Can you stand and just show your face to everyone? Well, can we help her up just to, and do share a few words? And she won that award, and Aussie acknowledged her and the work she has done. So we have greatness in our midst. Mother Devon, would you like to share a few words?
Good morning, everyone. I'm so full right now. I just can't say much. But you don't know The years, I'm 90 years old. And I'm still out here trying to fight for the benefit of our race. It's so much that these young people have to learn. Lord knows they have to learn it. I didn't learn it easy because I was out there in the March, Freedom Train, March on Washington, when our first black man that was on the board, I can't think of his name right now, but when they ousted him from Washington, D.C., I was down there too. So I'm a marcher. So when these young people see me and I say something to them, don't get angry at me. I'm only telling you how it is, how I felt. But I kept marching. And I see a few of them here. That one, a young lady here, I told her, don't frown all the time. Keep a smile on your face. This one here, I can't remember her name, but I tried. She got the smile too, because she looks like the world is against her. Yep. But the world isn't against you, honey. The world is with you. You just got to go out there and be yourself. Amen. And my baby here, that grew up in the church and when she was born, this is our baby of the church. And she is a doll, I say to her parents. Lord knows, just keep your eyes on her because she's going to be somebody someday. Somebody. I remember a little girl said to me one day, because all the children like to come by my house when I was on Clay and she said to me, I'm nobody. I said, yes, you are. I said, you are somebody. Today, that young girl is a minister. So everybody is somebody. Don't never go around and think you are nobody. And our black children, you got to study, and you got to study, and you got to treat your parents, all of y'all. And that's the words I'm leaving with y'all today. And stay out the streets. Stay out of the streets. I'm not saying not go to a party. Of course, I go to a party. In fact, I was the best dancer at the party. And I won many contests. The senior citizens, the young people, but they still didn't stop me from being a lady. And I'm still a lady today. Thank you.
Hey, black child, do you know who you are, who you really are? Do you know who you can be, what you want to be, if you try to be what you can be? Hey, black child, do you know where you are going, where you're really going? Do you know what you can learn, what you want to learn, if you try to learn what you can learn? Hey, black child, do you know you are strong, really strong? Do you know you can do what you want to do, if you try to do what you can do? Hey, black child, be what you can be, learn what you must learn, do what you do. And tomorrow your nation will be what you want it to be.
When the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, glory, glory, oh, glory. Glory,
stand no weapon formed against. Yes, glory is destined. Everyday women and men become legends. Sins that go against our skin become blessings. The movement is a rhythm to us. Freedom is like religion to us. Justice is juxtapositioning us. Justice for all just ain't specific enough. One son died, the spirit is revisiting us. True living in us. Resistance is us. That's why Rosa sat on the bus. That's why we walk through Ferguson with our hands up. When they go down, we woman and man up. They say stay down, and we stand up. Shots feet on the ground, the camera panned up. King pointed to the mountaintop, and we ran up. One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Now the war is not over, victory is won. We'll fight on to finish, and then when it's all done, we'll cry glory, oh glory, we'll cry glory, oh glory. Every man, woman, and child. Even Jesus got his crown in front of a crowd. They march with the torch, we can run with it now. Never look back, we done gone hundreds of miles. We done roll, hero, to become a hero. Facing the beat of justice, his power was the people. Enemy is lethal, a king became regal. Saw the face of Jim Crow under a bald eagle. The biggest weapon is the